Hi, you could call me Enos. I like to make Dota 2 hero suggestions. Today I'm covering Emairnock the Gambler. He is a ranged escape nuker support. This means that he can get himself and his allies out of dangerous situations, he can deal high damage with his spells, and he often prioritizes his teammates getting stronger over himself. His first spell, Just My Luck, you cast it and you roll a random number 1 through 6. Depending on what you roll, you get a different effect. This uses pseudo-random number generation, meaning if you repeatedly get a 1, you are more likely to get any other number. Rolling a 1 hexes, silence disarms and mutes you, silences and disarms you, or just disarms you, depending on your current level, while your nearest enemy is hexed for the full duration of 2.5, 3, 3.5, or 4 seconds. If you roll a 2, you are rooted, slowed 80%, slowed 50%, or slowed 20%, and your nearest enemy is rooted for the full duration of 2.5, 3, 3.5, or 4 seconds long. If you roll a 3 or better, you buff yourself and your nearest ally rather than hindering yourself and your nearest enemy. If you're rolling a 3 will give you 15, 25, 35, or 45 bonus movement speed, both to you and your nearest ally, as I mentioned. Rolling a 4 is 150, 250, 350, or 450, max and current health bonus. Rolling a 5 gives you cooldown reduction equal to 10, 15, 20, or 25%, as well as all your active cooldowns are reduced by 10, 15, 20, or 25%, their total cooldown amount, making it almost as if you had the cooldown reduction the entire time. Rolling at number 6 grants you 25, 50, 75, or 100 attack speed and attack damage to both you and your nearest ally. All these positive effects last for 4 seconds at all levels. The mana cost of this spell is 30, extremely low for how beneficial it can be. However, since it's a random effect that you are not in control of, it is fairly cheap. It also has a 4-second cooldown, which means it has 100% uptime on positive effects, and if it's at max level, it'll also have 100% uptime on negative effects. The Omnium Scepter upgrade of this spell is that you gain all benefits of all numbers below your roll, meaning if you roll a 6, you get the benefits from every die roll possible. All rolls will be considered 1 tier higher, meaning you'll never get a 1, you'll always get 2 or better. And the negative effects from rolling a 1 or 2 no longer affect you. This means that at all points that you cast this spell, you will hex and root the nearest enemy within 600 units for a 4-second duration. Or, well, the duration of this spell. Anyway, moving on to spatial adjustment. Target a unit and a direction. They have to be within 800 units cast range. If it's an enemy, you deal damage to them of 80, 140, 200, or 260 magic damage, and then it pushes them in the direction you chose, a percentage of the damage they've taken in the past 2 seconds. This means if they took 500 damage, and you have this spell maxed out, and you cast this on them, they will be pushed for 750 distance, because 150 times, or 150% times 500 is 750. The furthest this spell can push people at each level is 600 units, 900 units, 1,200, or 1,500 units. Capping out, this would be at max level, it would be at 1,000 damage taken by the target in the past 2 seconds. The mana cost of this spell is 140, and the cooldown is 21, 18, 15, or 12 seconds. Predicted Headshot, your third spell, you target an enemy within 3,000 units cast range. That is massive. That is like Clockwork's hookshot cast range. Then you target a destination. A sound is played for all enemies that are within range of the spell upon you casting it, and the target of the spell takes damage and you gain gold depending on how close that enemy gets to the target destination within 5 seconds long. This spell is more effective the later they get the closest. This will always consider the closest they got as the priority, and then how close to the end they got to that destination as secondary to it. In other words, let's just say the closest they got is within 200 units, and they were only there 3 seconds in, or within the first 3 seconds, and then they left it after 3 seconds into this cast delay. Then you would get 3/5, which is 60% of the effect of the 200 unit radius effect, the magic damage they take and the gold you earn. In other words, so if the closest they got was 200 units, And this spell is maxed out at 400 magic damage and 200 gold gain. And they were there. The latest they were in that range was 3 seconds into the delay. Then you will deal 60% of 400 in magic damage. That's 240 magic damage, and you gain 60% 200 gold, which is 120 gold. Money earned via this spell comes up in the kill feed, allowing the enemy to know how effective you are at gambling with this spell. Enemy heroes that are not your primary target can have this effect, but halved in effectiveness. Meaning, you can have this effect for people you didn't target, but not as effectively. This spell costs 100, 110, 120, or 130 mana, and it has a cooldown of 18, 15, 12, or 9 seconds. The Autumn Shard upgrade for this spell is that you have 2 charges of it, and in the last 0.3 seconds of the 5-second window, they're pushed with a free spatial adjustment of your current level. This makes it very likely for you to deal higher amounts of damage and get more gold from them. This spell generates gold rather than stealing it. This means that you're gaining money, but they're not losing any. Your ultimate Wise Investor, you target an allied unit within 1,200 units cast range. They are given a buff of 150, 250, or 350 health, depending on your level. 1%, 1.25%, 1.5% spell amp, 15, 25, 40% damage, 20, 40, 60 attack speed for every 150 gold invested into them. And the buff lasts for 15 seconds each time you invest in them. Investment, every time you cast this spell on an ally, you invest 100 gold into that allied hero. This is only for buffing them. So, like I said, these benefits are at a 150 rate, not an interval. Meaning, say you cast it 3 times on the same ally. That means you invested 300 gold, and that would be 2 times 150. Well, 300 gold over 150 is 2. So you get double the effects of all these amounts. So that would be 300 health. It would be 45 damage. It would be 60 attack speed, and it would be 3% bonus spell amp. All for 300 gold cost. That's actually pretty weak. However, you cannot invest more than 600, 900, or 1,200 gold into a single hero at a time. If that buffed ally gets a kill or destroys a tower while this buff is on them, you receive half what you invested in them back in gold. This means just getting 2 kills will give you all of your money back. And they will still stay buffed for the 15 seconds that the buff lasts. Each time you invest, you refresh the duration, so you don't have to worry about the one stack running out when you buff for a subsequent time. This, you can target yourself with this, so you can carry with this essentially. The money is invested, not given to the ally. This means that it will only be buffing them, it will not give them the money to spend themselves. Gold gained through selling items cannot be used for the spell unless it was returned for full price in the 10-second grace period. This is to prevent people from considering selling their items, their net worth, and using this spell on their allies as a last-ditch effort. The mana cost of the spell is 0, and the cooldown is 1 second. As far as talent tree goes, at level 10 you can get Just My Luck duration of all effects plus 1 second, or predicted headshot roots enemies who get within 100 units of the target location for 2 seconds. Level 15 you can get Spatial Adjustment pushes 50% further, or predicted headshot prediction window is 2 seconds longer but scales for its full effect in the first 5 seconds. In other words, the first 5 seconds are where it counts the percentage of how effective the spell will be, and then anything between 5 and 7 will have the full effect. Level 20, you can get Spatial Adjustment, can now have 2 charges, or 8 more mana regen per second. Level 25, you can get Predicted Headshot, always casts 2 benefits of tier higher, making it always, so if they're within 500 units of you, it'll be the 200 units effect. If they're within 300 units of you, it'll be the 100 units effect. And anything closer will be 100%, within 100 units effect. Or you can get Wise Investor benefits per 100 rather than 150, making the rate more effective. You start with 620 health, 387 mana, 44 to 54 damage, and 2 armor. Your attack range is 600, the standard, and 1,125 projectile speed. Emairnock is an intelligence hero. He starts with 26 int and grows by 2.4 int per level. He starts with 20 agility and 2.1 agility growth per level. And he starts with 21 strength, growth of 2.05 strength per level. He has 305 movement speed. I view him as a position for support or possibly a mid. Yeah, that's Emairnock. I hope you like him. If leave any questions, comments, critique, leave it in the comment section. I will leave a link to Emairnock's Dota concept page in the doobly-doo. Thanks for watching my video. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye.